Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. Of course, today, as always, we will run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We will take a look at what is going on, what we can kind of look for next, and my kind of plan. So if that does sound interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe, of course, if you are new to the channel as well. It helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can of course continue to bring this content to you. But enough of that. Let's jump into the video. Let's take a look at what is going on, and let's see what those possible next trades could be. So I'll start off by saying I'll keep it a little bit shorter today. Again, nothing really is catching my eye anywhere in terms of what I would deem as high probability trades. So for me right now, it's just a matter of patience. Okay, just patience, and they will come. Right? Okay, yeah, it feels like they're never going to come, but they will come, those trades will come, and it's just like I said, a game of patience. But let's jump into it. So initially, right, we front run 100,000. What was it, by 250 odd dollars? Right, it was like 0.22%. Absolutely crazy. And this is something that we spoke about a while back. I was saying, even I wouldn't be all that surprised if we did front run 100,000. It's like we front run. I'm pretty sure was it 90,000 that we front run? No, it wasn't 90,000. What was it? So it was 100K. Another example, of course, is 2021 when we front run $70,000. Okay, it's not all that much of a surprise front running a huge psychological level like this, right? So ever since then, right, we've seen, of course, it was about a 9% pullback, right? We've seen about a 9% pullback here. Just below a 9% pullback, about 8.97% pullback since making that all-time high at $99,706. And of course, we did get some big news up here as well. If we're talking about the fundamentals, we got a big I forgot who it was now, to be honest, but we got a big financial institutional player saying that they are short MicroStrategy, and that's kind of led to a bit of a pullback here. But does this signal the start of a bear market? I don't think so, right? I think I think there's still a possibility that we can take out 100,000 this bull market. I don't necessarily see anything bearish at this moment in time. Okay, locally, maybe we've got a bit of bearish. Sorry, I say maybe. We do have a little bit of bearish market structure, but other than that, there's nothing screaming weakness at me. There's nothing screaming, bearishness at me. We're still very much in bullish market structure on these higher time frames here. So wouldn't be all that surprised if we were to come back up to all-time high, and we were to, of course, take out all-time high once again, and then finally take out, of course, 100,000, which everybody is wanting. I do still, like I said, I do still think that is a possibility. I don't see any major signs of weakness at all. Even like slight signs of weakness, I just don't really see any slight signs of weakness. And we're talking in terms of like big like a big swing trade here. Of course, right? Yeah, there's going to be slight signs of weakness here and there, where of course that's where we can look to short, right, and take those little intraday trades. Okay, it's not necessarily something that I'll be looking to take down to the bottom of the bear market, right? It's literally just a little bit of a short trade to capitalize on a 2-to-1, a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. So if I do spot anything that is slightly bearish, again, it's not a major sign of weakness. It's just I'm looking to take advantage of like a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Now, getting back to higher time frame, again, I still don't see any sign of weakness, okay, whatsoever here. I don't see any huge amounts of short trades coming in up here, okay, that are sells coming in up here that are of course absorbing all of these buys coming into the market, okay. We have had a fair few shorts opening up. You can see that CVD has been ticking towards the downside, and we can also see the open interest has been rising over time. So we know that shorts are building, right? A lot of short trades are building. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean weakness in the market. Of course, shorts opening is ultimately going to pull price back, but it doesn't necessarily mean weakness, okay? In my eyes, okay, this can kind of actually signal a bit of strength, right? And the reason why it can signal a bit of strength is because we can squeeze these shorts out the market, okay? We can squeeze these shorts out the market. Now, when looking for a major sign of weakness, okay, I would be looking for more of a, okay, CVD ticking down over time, but also open interest decreasing as well, right? If that's what we were seeing here, I would probably have a very different view on the market right now in terms of where we can go. But like I said, we're still, okay, in my opinion, still pretty bullish. I still think we could go up for a new all-time high. Doesn't mean we are going to, but I still think we could. I don't see any major sign of weakness here. I don't see any huge limit shorts coming in that is absorbing, of course, longs. Again, what we're seeing as prices pulling back here is actually shorts opening up. And it's for me, that's kind of a sign of strength, in all honesty, because as price rises, which we're seeing a bit of a rise after that big push towards the upside, right? We can look for a short squeeze, and of course that short squeeze could take us back to all-time high, and then of course could surpass 100,000. So not any major sign of weakness up here at all. Okay, if we even zoom in a little bit more as well, we can actually see that we're getting lots of absorption. Okay, in all honesty, we are seeing lots of absorption, okay, on this move towards the upside. So these little pullbacks that we've had here, right, all of the sells that have come into the market here, okay, all of these sells here have been absorbed by big buy limit orders. So there are still these big players, these big institutions actually buying up in this area, holding price up, right? And, that is a big sign of strength, in all honesty, because what happens when those cells get exhausted, when those cells run out, okay? Well, price can only really go in one direction, and of course is the opposite direction, which is up, okay? So this absorption is in my opinion a good sign, and we could continue to see higher prices here. Okay, so again, no major sign of weakness. In all honesty, there's more signs of strength than weakness at this moment in time. Okay, but of course, those signs of weakness could come, right? And those signs of weaknesses could come at all-time high, right? All-time high is a pretty major level for me that I would potentially be interested in shorting. So, we've left a naked point of control up there at 99,375. We've got all-time high at 99,776. Of course, that's a major pivot point as well. Big resistance here, right? So if price, of course, comes up to this area, we see price fail to smash through those levels, and we actually start to see longs opening up, but price is pulling back. That, for me, is a sign of weakness. And in this, in this example, it kind of would be a major sign of weakness. Again, not necessarily for the bear market to start, but it could lead to a pretty hefty pullback, sub $90,000 again, potentially, right? Because we know that 100,000, if we get there, we know that we're going to have this huge inflow of new FOMO traders. Okay, this huge inflow of FOMO traders. We're probably going to get a lot of trap traders up there. Okay, we're not necessarily going to see it. Okay, but this is kind of what you would expect. Okay, this is exactly exactly what happened all the way back in 2021. Okay, and yeah, we could see lots of trap long trades up here. And I mean, hundreds of millions we could see up here. Of course, price starts to pull back. These are now trap long trades. They're emotional. They're fearful. Okay, they exit their positions or they get liquidated, and of course that leads to a big long squeeze, right? So yeah, this is something that I would be aware of. Again, looking out for in terms of the short trade. But, okay, if we, of course, see lots of long trades opening up, we don't form the failed auction or swing value pattern, and we actually continue higher, okay, with strength, then for me, there's just no short trade to be had here, right? It's, okay, right, fine. We're breaking through this level with strength. There's no sign of weakness. Let's just look for higher prices, okay? That's what it can be. Now, in terms of a pullback, okay, like I said, we've got a lot of absorption coming in here. So it would be the case of, right, let's just actually pull up the monthly. It's a little bit lower than I would want it to be, but we can pull GP786. Okay, we look at this area here. We see, okay, is price going to come into this area? Are we going to have absorption in this area? And then it's a case of, right, is there a little bit more confluence that we can look for at this moment in time? So where would we be looking? So between 92 and 93. 92 and 93. So there's no naked points of control there at this moment in time. And I mean, we could actually form a monthly naked point of control at that area, because we are coming close to the end of the month. So the end of November, coming into December. So that's something that we can keep our eyes peeled on, right? If we're going to stay kind of in this region for a few more days, okay, up until December, maybe we slowly make our way down here, okay, and we get that naked point of control at that GP786, and then we have absorption, right? That could offer us a nice long trade up to all-time high, but I mean, yeah, it all depends really kind of what price does. So I'm not really going to rely on that, but that would be a possible long trade to, of course, take that up to, or look to take that up to all-time high, where you've got that possibility of a short trade. Okay, so that kind of would be the plan. Again, if we saw everything aligning, so we would have to see price pulling in here. That naked point of control would be really handy to have. Of course, absorption there. Price rise to all-time high, and of course the weakness at all-time high could lead to a pullback if, of course, the weakness is there. So that's kind of what I would be looking for. The stock market is still, is still up here. It's still doing really well. And with the stock market, it's like I think there's a possibility we could see higher here. And that's only going to be good for Bitcoin, right? Realistically, it's only going to be good for Bitcoin. Ethereum's started to catch up a little bit. You know, it hasn't. Okay, yes, it's had a bit of a pullback here, but you know, it's held on a little bit tighter than Bitcoin has, which is of course good to see as well. So yeah, it's just a bit of patience here again. I've got my major levels, but you know, I understand these times have been quite difficult to trade for myself anyway. And you know, I've spoken about this in previous live streams where you know I haven't been in a period like this where you know I've actually struggled with you know finding good trades in you know it's been over a year, okay, over a year where I've really like struggled with it. And again, you know, like I was saying in those live streams, this is the reality of it. Okay, you know the past the whole time this channel has been around, you know, yeah, the whole time this channel has been around, it's kind of not necessarily been unrealistic, okay, but it's been, you know, it's been all positive. Okay, yes, it's not like I haven't taken any losses, I have, but in terms of when like I've actually struggled to get those trades, okay, there's been none of that, right? It's all been pretty easy and pretty positive, right? And then of course, you know, we're coming into a bit of a negative period again in terms of trading, right? Of course, that HODL portfolio is looking as good as it's ever looked. Okay, because of course we're at all-time high, but in terms of like looking for those trades, it's been, you know, it's been a little bit harder. But again, it's the reality of it. It's not always positive, and you know, it's yeah. I mean, even like the, you know, if you're splitting it up into, of course, 12 months of the year, you're not gonna have every single one of those 12 months being a positive. Okay, and in all honesty, you know, I can't remember the last month that has been negative, and this is the first month in a very, very long time where it has been negative. So yeah, it's kind of just part of the game. It is part of the game, and it's kind of like, okay, I understand that, you know, for the however long it's been, a good 9-10 months, okay, of positive, right? Now we finally hit a bit of negative, okay, and I look at that as a positive. Okay, you've got to flip it into a positive because you've had 10 months of positive months, and then you've had 1 month of negative. Okay, it's you know, it's okay, and that's kind of what you have to remind yourself. You know, okay, it's a bit frustrating, it's a bit annoying, it's you know, it's especially frustrating for me because I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to help people at the same time as well. But it's again, it's bringing you back to reality. It's a bit of a reset because, you know, if you're going to be positive, you're going to be you're going to get into a state of being overconfident. Okay, and you know, maybe I could argue that I have you know, given into that being a little bit overconfident, right? But you know, I feel like I kind of earned that over the past however many months it's been, because it was all positive. Now it's come into a bit of a negative time. It's yeah, of course, it brings you down a little bit, and it's like, right, okay, reevaluate, re-understand, relearn. Okay, right, change how you trade a little bit. That's kind of my approach to this. And yeah, I've taken a bit of a step back, and it's like, okay, right, let's really be careful here and look for those best trade setups. So, you know, that's all we can really do at this moment in time. The market doesn't want to play with us. Okay, fine, let the market do its thing, and we'll step in once it looks you know, once the environment is good again. Okay, that's how it is for me. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that a little bit because I understand it's been a little bit negative recently. You know, in terms of the trades, it's not been, you know, it's not been like it's been the past however many months this channel has been around, almost a year. Okay, it's been all positive. And then we finally hit that negative point. It's like, to be honest with you, it was long overdue, in all honesty. But again, we'll get past it, and we will we will find those trades again, right? Find those high probability trades again. So it's just a bit of patience. But again, it's no sign of weakness here. I do think we could go to all-time high again, and we just need a bit more patience, and we need to, of course, analyze the order flow, see what's going on in the order flow, see what traders are doing. The order flow is always very, very helpful. Again, I will never enter into a trade without looking at the order flow. The order flow recently has just been, of course, open interest, huge increases. Delta, just huge increases as well, because we've just been so bullish. So, it's not really given us or helped us much in entering into trades. But again, it's like, okay, let's get past this part, right, where it's, the trading conditions aren't great. And we will, reevaluate it once the markets are a little bit tradable. Okay, in that way, right? And it's just patience. That's all it is. So I think I will leave that there. Like I said, I'll keep it a little bit shorter because there's nothing too exciting going on. I really just want to get that next trade in, but I can't tell the markets to give me that trade setup. It's patience. Wait for the markets to give you something. They're not giving me anything here, so I will wait. Okay, and this is where a lot of people go wrong. Okay, they're not patient. They'll give in. They'll see price pulling back, and they'll say, right, price is going to continue pull back. Let's short here, right? And what does price do? Price rises. It's patience, right? Just patience. Don't FOMO into any trades. Don't enter into any lower quality trades than you usually would take. Okay, look for what you usually look for. Okay, look for what you usually look for. And in like I've said in recent live streams as well, for me, it's okay. I know that the previous 4 trades that I've taken, 2 of them break even, 2 of them losses. Okay, I know that if I'd taken a 1-to-1 on those trades, they would have been profitable trades. Okay, but like I usually do, I look for at least a 1-to-2. Okay, at least, right? That's just how I like to manage my risk, right? I like to have 1-to-2s, and unfortunately, we front run. Okay, those take profits on a couple of them, right? And how I have kind of accepted and planned out for myself is that the next trades that I look for, okay, let's take profit at a 1-to-1, move the stop loss to entry, let the rest of the trade ride. Okay, and then at a 1-to-2, okay, maybe I can just close the trade completely, and instead of leaving what I would usually do, leave about 20% in to see if we can continue in that direction. So that's kind of how I'm going to adapt to it. But of course, need to get that next trade in. So like I said, it's patience from here, and we will see. Jamie, good to see you back, my friend. Sorry, I didn't have the chat pulled up. Been tough recently. It gets really tough. Been tough recently, but when it gets really tough, you're closer than you think. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect way to put it. To be honest with you, that's a perfect way to put it. You are closer than you think. We are closer than we think to another trade, and to a successful trade as well. But again, we've just got to be patient. It's annoying as well. It's annoying, but it is what it is, right? It's, again, like I said, it's the reality of trading. You can't be annoyed at it. It is what it is, right? The markets do what they want. Are they always going to work in your favor? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Of course, you can not necessarily make the market, but you can You can be consistently profitable, okay, and you can, consistently extract money, extract profits from these markets, okay. But it's not always going to be like that, right? It's not always, you're going to have those months which are not going your way, right? And I mean, again, like I said, this has been the first month in about 10 months that I myself have taken a loss, okay? Just in, of course, splitting it up into 12 months of the year. This is the first month of, I don't know if it's, I'll have to go back into my exchange and see, but I know that ever since this channel has been created, which was it's been 10 months, this is my first losing month, which, it's long overdue. It is long overdue, but yeah, we will bounce back. We will bounce back. But yeah, like Jamie said, we are closer than we think. So yeah, I will leave it. I will leave that. I will end on that. Sorry. And yeah, of course, I will see you guys for the next live stream. Any Visionary members, I'll see you in the Discord. Yeah, I'll get a daily market. I mean, I've been busy today, but I'll get a daily market update out tomorrow. Hopefully there's something more exciting going on. That's kind of what I'm waiting for, really. Just something exciting. The markets to just give me something, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. It is Friday tomorrow. This week has, in all honesty, this week hasn't gone too quick like the previous weeks have. Probably because I've been doing a lot of jobs at the house. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you when I see you guys. So take care, and yeah, see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you